Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go ahead, Ishi, and sing the Chaurashtakam. I'm sharing the screen. Go ahead, beta.
Praje prasidham navneetachauram gopangananam chadukulachauram aneka janmarjita papachauram chauragraganyam purusham namami Shri Radhikaya hridayasya chauram Navambuddha Shyamala Kanti Chauram Padashritanam cha samasta chauram Chauragraganyam purusham namami Akinchani kritya padashritam ya Karoti bhikshum pathi gehahinam Kenapyaho Bhishana Chauraidrik Drishta Shruto Vana Jagatrayepi Yadiyanamapi Haratya Shesham Giri Prasaranapi Paparashin Ascharya Rupo Nanu Chauraidrik Trishta Shruto Vanamaya Kadapi Dhanam cha manam cha thatendriyani Pranam charitva mama sarvam neva Palaya se kutra drito dyachaura Tvam bhakti dam nasi maya niruddha Chinnatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham Vinatsi bhimam tava pasha bandham Chinnatsi sarvasya samasta bandham Naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham Manmanase tamasarashi gore Karagrahe dukkamaye nibbata Labhasva he chaura hari chiraya Svachaurya doshochitam neva dandam Karagrahe vasa sada hridaye madhye Madbhakti pasha dhrudabandhana nishchalasam Tvam Krishna he palayakoti satantarepi Sarvasya chaura hridayana hi mochayami Praje prasiddham navanita chauram Gopangananam chadukula chauram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Go ahead and read translation too. If anybody else in your family wants to read, they can read. Yes, mommy, read.
Hare Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter for him, steals the sins which have occurred over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves, who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. He turns his surrendered devotees into pauper and wandering homeless beggar Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the three worlds. Mere utterances of his name purges one of the mountain of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraja. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance, and therefore a very long time you will remain, receiving appropriate punishment for your crime of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of eons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ishi, for the beautiful singing and Mataji for reading. We will now move on to chapter 15 recitation. I think it's going to be done by whom? Nivan. Okay, let's go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go ahead, beta.
अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमध शाखाम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं पश्यतस्तस्य शाखा गुणः प्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवाला अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमश्येय ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण धृतेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत् परिमार्जितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयात् तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणे निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तिकामा द्वन्द्वे विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञे गच्छन्तमूढा पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भाषयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धामा परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्यक्रामतीश्वरः गृहे त्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् स्तोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानां वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त चेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भाषयते अखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धिमामकं गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा उष्णामि चौषधिः सर्वा सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणपानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वे अहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद अविदेव चाहं द्वारिमो पुरुषो लोके क्षरक्षाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कुटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्य परमात्मेत्य उदारत यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य विवर्तव्य ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षराद् अपि चोत्तम अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तम यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृतश्च भारत। ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे पंचदशोऽध्यायः।
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Who is doing the translation today? It's being done by Rasagna. Is Rasagna here? Let's see. I think people sign up and they forget, is it? We need to have a person who should ask people to sign up. And again, we should have a person to also follow up with people. Project managers. We need more of project managers. Okay, I'm going to pick somebody from here who has not done anything so far. So maybe Aparna, you can go, Shriyan's mom, today. You want to do Shriyan's mom? Okay. Where is the thing? Okay. Go ahead. Aparna, you're on mute if you're speaking.
I'm sorry. Let me. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and those leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered know how to surrender onto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. That supreme abode of mind is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another, as the air carries aromas. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. The endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in the self-realization can see all this clearly. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire are also from me. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities, and I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the four kinds of foodstuff. I'm seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is infallible. Besides these two, there is a greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the infallible and the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that Supreme Person. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection. Hare Krishna.
Amazing. Very nice reading. Thank you, Aparna. So one quiz question for the, not quiz, but one philosophical question for the adults here. So Bilomangal Thakur is singing that Lord Krishna is stealing everything, right? Including, he starts stealing the rain clouds color. And then he says that you have stolen my everything, my mind, my heart, my opulence, my everything. When Bilomangal Thakur is telling that he's stolen his mind, what does it mean? What does it mean when Krishna steals your mind?
He is in the thoughts, in every thought.
He's in every thought of Krishna. That means Krishna is occupied and he has taken, that means his mind is full of Krishna. Now, what steals our mind?
Food, people, material things, houses, cars, jewelry, whatnot.
Wow. Perfect answer. So now,
Stuff, material opulence.
material opulences, yes. So who is happy? Bilomangal Thakur or we? And let me tell you what Bilomangal Thakur is, what's position of Bilomangal Thakur. As Krishna, as he wrote in his poem or is in his Taurashtakam, he's poor, he doesn't have anything, he's blind, he's old, he's like not really able to move anywhere. However, he's very, very, very happy. Why? Because when Bilomangal Thakur walks, he was originally not, he was highly materialistic person. And he was associating with this woman, and she at one point gets disgusted with him and tells, the type of affection you're showing for me, if you show even 1 millionth for God, you would be at a better place. That's what she says out of anger, because he goes in rain, he crosses a river which is overflooded in the storm on a dead body. He crosses just for the desire to reach that woman. Darkness, he doesn't see that there is a dead body. He thinks there's the wooden log and I'm going to cross the river. And then he tries to get into the room of the women by holding some rope. And then later when he sees that it's actually a cobra that was actually crawling down. So he's blind to all those things just because he wanted to get the association of her. And when the woman realizes that, she says, mean, if you had at least 1 millionth or one fraction of whatever affection or love you have for me for Krishna, that would be really, you'll be in a very good place. And with that, when she says that, it really hits him hard. And then he sees the truth in what she says, and he immediately abandons that place and starts walking towards Vrindavan, because he's told that Krishna is in Vrindavan. And as he's walking, he has to stop, obviously, because he's walking, he's resting in some places and then going. And again, he gets distracted by another woman. And then at that point, he realizes how disgusted he is by himself. And then he blinds himself because he didn't want to use those senses which are not helping him focus on Krishna. Okay. And then as he's walking towards Vrindavan in that state, little Krishna comes and takes him all the way to Vrindavan. So Krishna holds his hand and takes him all the way to Vrindavan. So at this point, he doesn't have anything, but he has Krishna with him. And that's why he's singing this song that you have stolen my everything. You made me a pauper. But the punishment that I'm going to give you for that is I'm going to host you in my heart, in the prison house of my heart, and I'll not let you go from there forever. So it should help us contemplate as to what is our mind stolen by, and how different we are from Vilamangal Thakur, or how rich we can become by having a desire, or by becoming like, we can become like Vilamangal Thakur, but at least by getting inspiration from Vilamangal Thakur's writings. So that's a little philosophy. I mean, I thought those thoughts came in my mind because my mind is always stolen by all the other things except Krishna. So I really want to get some inspiration and the association of all of you when we sing Chaurashtakam, read the translation and read chapter 15 and translation. There is hope, right? That's the reason we are getting together. We want all be hopeful, and there are other opportunities for these are opportunities for hope. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll meet you all again, same place, same time. Signing off for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Thanks
Rama
everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.